Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to the Single Mom Conference. Now, let's get started. Introducing the one and only Miss Ashanti.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing? Good. He got exposed to drugs. And I don't mean just any type of drugs, y'all. Like weed, I may have been alright with. I may have been alright with that. But he actually started to use acid. He started using heroin. He started using ecstasy. He started using lean. Anything that you can think of that's available, he actually was exposed to. And he began to use it. And so I've had him in and out of rehab. For I would say since January. Since January, I've had him in and out of rehab. And it's the hardest thing, when you are called to empower, when you're called to inspire, and try not to get emotional. That's all right. And when you're called to change people's lives, you don't realize how that could end up turn around and you being that test. I've been so consistent with telling the testimony of everything else that I've gone through. And this is the first time I would say that I've had to be tested in that area. And so with that being said, in and out of the rehab hospitals, I watched these moms. And they were trying to hold their kids. They were trying to console them. They were trying to talk to them about turning their lives around. And these kids were very, I would just say they didn't want to hear it. And so I'm watching these single moms and they're in there and they're crying and they're breaking down. One of them called me, she was suicidal. And I realized that there's not a lot of help. There's not a lot of support for single moms on the surface. And when you think about that young lady that went to go get the food stamps, she had 2 kids, I don't know if y'all saw that story. And when they denied her, she turned around and she shot both of the kids, and then she shot herself. And then there was another young lady who had her 3 kids in the car. She drove up to the bridge, left those kids in the car, and she jumped. And I realized that, Ashanti, sometimes in life when we're going through things, it's not always about us. It's not always about our strength, because I kept saying, oh my God, how am I supposed to get through this? And that's how the single mom movement got birthed, because I realized that when I was looking and when I was searching for help, I couldn't find it. When I was reaching out to my family and I was saying, hey, I need you to help me, it was like nobody stepped up. Nobody wanted him. I'm like, hey, can you just take him? Because I have 2 younger kids, and when he gets high, he's extremely aggressive. He's threatening their lives. I've had to call the police, the CPS. The officers called CPS on him and filed an endangerment case against my son because of the younger 2. And so I'm looking for help. I'm looking for assistance, and there is none. There's no help out there. And I realized that we have to create a network where we band together and we empower, where we educate, where we inspire. Because the resources that I found, I feel like had I have been connected to that young woman who killed those kids because she couldn't get assistance, I could have told her, man, there's 1,000 food pantries. There are grants out there that are for single moms only. Not loans, y'all. It's just for single moms. There are grants out there. And it's the help for the advancement. It's the help for the elevation. And so I wouldn't have found any of that out had my son not been toying and going through what he was going through. And so even though he's still in the process, he's not yet rehab, not yet, but I believe in God that he will be. Even though he's not in the process, it allowed me to see the bigger picture. That sometimes that when other individuals are going through things, we ought to say to God, what is it? It's not what you're doing to me. What are you trying to do through me? Who am I supposed to be impacting right now? And I've been so focused on impacting the lives of the business, but I never even thought about impacting the lives from single moms and on a personal side. because I've been there where I didn't have the money and I couldn't eat them and all those other things. So I just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to be transparent so that you can understand why the single mom movement is what it is. Because there's a lot of single moms out there, they don't have the help, they don't have the support. And for the last 3 years, I've taught single moms how to develop supernatural child support, because that's what it was for me. My oldest son